You know what I'm sick of? Everybody is training in zone two. On my Explore page, X, Y, and Z, I've coached hundreds of athletes. I've done 22 marathons, over 14 ultras, two full Ironman. Yes, I coach. A good coach isn't prescribing 80/20 for every single one of his athletes. A good coach is knowing what stress and adaptations that athlete needs in order to get faster. People are training for a marathon and not PRing after marathon after marathon. Ask them what their training is when athletes come to me, you know what they say? I've never really done speed. My coach really didn't have me do speed. I did like 10 miles a week. I was running like 40, 50 miles. Okay, zone two is perfect. You need to run easy, you need to build a base. But if there's two athletes and one is training at 20 miles a week and the other is training at 100 miles a week, that 80/20 rule has a runner that's doing 20 miles doing 4 miles of speed and the runner that's doing 100 doing over 20. So who's going to progress faster and better? Volume is the game here, but also the percentages based off of the person. Zone 2 is not some religion that everybody needs to get on their knees and pray. It is not making you faster or better, especially if you're constantly doing it with no progression. Why? Because your body doesn't have the stress and adaptations. Where do you get stress and adaptations from? It's not from easy running, unless you're going for a 20, 30, 40, 50 miler and training for an ultra. It is within your speed. The more that you put in is the more that you get out. This is an adaptation game. There's some athletes that train 40, 50 miles, majority zone 3, that are getting way faster, way better, that can handle it. It's not that much stress unless you're going to go to 120 miles and do a majority zone 3. Then that is a lot of stress and it's taxing for you. So you have to find out what works for you. Run slow, run easy, run those sessions in between harder sessions to recover. But don't just have one session a week and call it 80/20 and say that you're running faster and you're getting better, because the athletes that doing 2 to 3 speed sessions is getting way better, way faster, way quicker, and that's exactly what you need. Drop your questions, drop your comments. This is going to piss people off. It's the truth. You want to run fast, you need to run fast, and you need to run more of those faster miles, more than prescribed by 80/20, because if you're not progressing, obviously we call this progressive overload, your body isn't getting stressed enough to get faster to have those adaptations. Find out what works for you. Running is an individual sport. 80/20 doesn't work for every single person. It's only good for people over 70, 80, 90, 100 miles like the pros. Yes, the pros use it. It is physically impossible for somebody to run 140 miles and do majority zone 3 to zone 4 work. That's why they do 80/20. But because they're at 120, 140, they're doing over 30, 40 miles of speed work depending on the athlete.